and welcome to the latest vlog from bloodyflix.co.uk. I'm the editor Paul Downey, and today I'm going to be talking about Overlord, a film that I finally got to see on Friday night. It's directed by Julius Avery and produced by JJ Abrams, which was one of the kind of the taglines that they went when they were trying to advertise it, basically to try and get the JJ fans involved, maybe people who'd seen Star Wars, Super 8, obviously, even though this is a very different beast altogether. Set in the Second World War, I believe. Basically, we get the perspective of some American soldiers that basically who are set on a mission to basically destroy a church, I believe, that basically has got a weapon, if my recollection is correct. And basically, yeah, it becomes a war zone, but then added to it is a very interesting twist, which is it's a bit of a Dog Soldiers vibe to it. So it's you've got that Band of Brothers element, but at the same time you've also got a not a supernatural element, probably more of a science fiction horror, The Thing type equation thrown into it. But basically, we've got Pilou Asbaek, who plays Oran Greyjoy in Game of Thrones. For people who watch that show, he's quite entertaining in that as a very dangerous yet goofy pirate, for lack of a better phrase. In this, he plays a German commander who basically is running this little French town, and then basically taking people away to do what? We do find out, but I wouldn't really want to give that away in the review. But it's not very nice, really. It's the thing that really impressed me was the fact that it was built on a lot of really intense scenes. Certainly before things, shall we say, shift into gear. There are some fantastic scenes that are really, they're nail biting in terms of their intensity, and they really get you. It kind of puts you in a different frame of mind. It's almost like there was multiple ideas going on here, but they seem to balance them quite well. So we have that that war element, we have that science fiction element, but we also have the horror, and we also have the the spoils of war, really. And they really there's been a lot written over the years over the sort of experimentation that the German army apparently, or the German scientists were doing during the Second World War. Maybe not completely related to to the Nazis, but obviously with science fiction minds, things can certainly develop, and whether obviously it's anywhere near what they were actually doing, maybe we'll never know. But it makes for an interesting strand of the storyline. The lead is actually Kurt Russell's son as well, which I only figured out halfway through, which was one of the moments where he really sounds like Kurt Russell, and then you IMDb him and it's Wyatt Russell, his son. And the first thing it got me thinking was, is he too on point to play Snake in the Escape from New York remake by Leigh Whannell? It's an idea. We'll see. Anyway, back to Overlord. Yeah, fantastic film, and I think one of the reasons that it's going to become a cult favorite. I think that's the first thing to say. I think it's another upgrade, which was a Leigh Whannell film. It's just got that kind of bombastic quality. It's loud, it's brash, and the opening scene, which involves the soldiers basically having to jump out of a plane that's going down over this French town, is it's crazy, and it's really intense as well at the same time in terms of just the sheer violence. It really sells war as as a realistic prospect, and you get entwined with these soldiers, and then as the herd grows a bit thinner, obviously you really get to know these characters, and they're really well thought out as well. There's some very interesting dynamics, and one of the most impressive things as well, considering this is set in World War II as well, that we also have one of the leads is also a black actor as well, which obviously might have seemed quite rare at that sort of time, in terms of leading a platoon, as it were. But it's quite refreshing, especially when the film goes a bit close towards Predator territory, when the soldiers actually start trying to infiltrate the base where basically Pilou Asbaek's soldiers are basically based, and these experiments are going on. It makes for a fantastic scene. It certainly reminded me of the scene in Predator when they first discover the Predator, and they basically blow half of the forest halfway to Kingdom Come, basically, with a million bullets. Bill Duke, Carl Weathers, and Arnie, and everyone else. But yeah, it's a really interesting film, and I do recommend that you check it out. I think it's out on Blu-ray next month, and DVD and digital download. So I think it'll be one of them that will kind of stand the test of time, and people will probably be talking about Overlord a long time after they're probably talking about even films like the Halloween sequel and other horror films that have probably come out in the past year or so. But yeah, let me know what you think of it and comment below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.